You can do intro.
What do we say again? Hello, my name's Trevor McDonald, and thank you for joining us on tonight's.
Hi, welcome back to another podcast by Pursuit of
Oh,
Happiness.
whoa. Are you fumbling something while you're talking? 'Cause it sounds like you're juggling your phone around. Yeah,
Not
that.
my phone. Yeah, I did that.
I'm not going to ask what it was. Do you want us to try again, or should I do it? What was it? I'm intrigued.
Hello, welcome to another podcast by Pursuit of Happiness. My name's Una.
And my name is Bar.
And it's been a long time.
It hasn't been that long. It's been what?
It's been a very long time.
All right, yeah, maybe so. A lot's happened since last time we did a podcast.
Oh yeah, especially this last month because obviously it was Windrush.
And if
So that was a very busy month for us, wasn't it?
yeah, and if you're listening to this in August, by now England have won the Euros, and yeah, I think.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
I know you're a big England fan, so I thought I'd better just get that one in early. But yeah, it's been an interesting period since we did the last podcast. So much has happened, good and bad. But yeah, it's not because things have happened in this country. Things have happened pretty much across the globe, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
Non-stop news. And even if you're not normally interested in the news, there's been bits of it that will affect your direct day-to-day life. And I don't want to speak about the vaccines. We're definitely talking about Bill Cosby, if you're familiar with that story. There's, since the last time we spoke, I think Meghan and Harry have had another kid. So it's definitely been quite a while. But yeah, it's been an interesting period.
It has been. I mean, this year's flown.
It has.
I can't believe we're in July already. It's like, wow. Before we know it, we're going to be in Black History Month.
Yeah.
Before we know it.
Yeah. Well, as I said to you the other day, only 180 days to Christmas. Something to look forward
And
to.
I'm not interested in Christmas.
Well, Christmas is interested. Christmas is interested in you.
No.
I'll send you my wish list on Amazon. It'll be fine. At least I know you'll be.
You might as well just put it in the trash straight away because that's where it'll go if it comes to my wish list.
Oh, I wasn't suggesting you send me a wish list. I was just going to send you mine.
Yeah.
You don't celebrate Christmas. I
put it in
do.
the trash. I'm happy for you. I'm happy.
Fair enough. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, where to start? I guess. Should we talk about recent things, or do you want to go way back? Because Matt Hancock springs to mind.
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on from that. I did say.
No, I'm willing to talk about it.
Oh, well, you tell us what your opinion of his moves was, and we'll go.
My opinion is he's a hypocrite.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry.
But Max out of 10 for his video, what would you rate that at? He's got some moves.
What, for exposure?
No, I'm just talking about his skills. He's clearly
body
got
position.
some. No, just his general human interaction skills. I'd give him a solid 8.
No.
No?
He should have been doing that to his wifey, not some woman in the office.
Well, he's actually left her now and gone.
That's fair. He was still with her while he was doing it. Anyway, it's not about that because I'm not interested in what he does with his private life and whatever behind the scenes. I don't care. It's what he's done to the public.
Yeah.
My friend passed away last year, and her husband and her 2 children could not be in the room with her while she took her last breath.
Yeah.
And he goes and does something like that.
The thing is, I'm not surprised that he's done that. It never struck me that any of them were sticking to the rules. There was never a time. The pictures that were taken of Rishi Sunak while he was wandering around restaurants serving people food with no mask on, while the rest of us were being told to keep your masks on if you're not eating. Boris Johnson.
Yeah. The law unto himself.
Yeah. And the whole thing's just been a complete sham. But yeah, you get what you vote for, I guess.
And I just can't believe, after everything, when we had the local elections, that they got voted in again. I just don't understand.
Yeah, it's quite interesting when you think of that psychology. But at the start, we talked about having herd immunity, and I think we've got herd mentality now, where everybody thinks that if it had been Jeremy Corbyn in power, it would have been much, much worse. Despite the evidence of their own eyes telling them it couldn't be any worse. How many more people could have died? I don't think it's possible, because the virus could only move the way it did because of the way the people were behaving.
Yeah.
But yeah, schools. See, to be a teenager now, and I'm not talking about vaccines now, this is purely about the lockdown. If you think of your teenage days, and I know mine certainly wouldn't have fitted well with being told to stay at home and not mix with other people, male and female for that matter. Oh, that sounded wrong, but you know what I mean. There was very little of last year and most of this year that you could call normal, as far as socialising and interacting with people. It must be horrendous to be that age. Yeah, it's a lost generation. I think they used to say the Japanese had a lost generation because of the way the economy panned out. But these lot, they're not gonna be socialised in the right way. Can you imagine them all trying to get into the same Glastonbury type event or a O2 concert? They're all gonna be saying, "Get away from me! I don't know what you've got." It's gonna be.
No, I think the children are very relaxed about it. Actually.
You reckon?
Yeah, much more so than adults.
Well, to steal a phrase, people have been brainwashed and conditioned now, so it'd be interesting to see who's able to adapt the quickest for it. But you're right.
Are you brainwashed?
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you?
Absolutely, yeah. I know I'm brainwashed for. I'm aware of it.
Okay.
Yeah. There's plenty of decisions I make on a normal day-to-day basis where I know I'm conditioned by the environment that I'm in.
Environmentally influenced, yeah. I get that. I definitely get that.
What, you mean you've observed it, or you can tell it from some of the things I do, or is it just you've got the same issues or same reactions to things?
I don't have issues, Mark. That's your job. No.
Really? Well, okay. I'm glad I can take that burden off your shoulders. I'll have all the issues, and you take all the glory.
You're welcome. You are welcome.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, like you said, there'll be times where, without even realising, whether it's just walking through the supermarket and the things that you'll do differently. I know I sometimes speak to people in a different way. So if I'm with an old dear when I'm at work and there's somebody of an older generation that's not black, I will stand well back from them. Just not because I think I should, but to make them feel more comfortable. When I knock on someone's door during my working activities, I will step back from the door. Partly because I'm worried about a dog bolting out the front door as well. So there you go. That's another set of conditioning.
But yeah, everybody does. Is anybody that, like the postman, if he needs to drop a parcel or delivery from anywhere, from the chemist, everybody rings the bell. They go out my gate, shut the gate, and they'll say it's on the step. They
could just be scared of you. That might be from the last argument that you had with them.
Let's not go down that route.
No, but I know what you mean. Yeah, everyone's sort of got their own ways of reacting to what's unknown, or as Donald Rumsfeld would call it, the unknown unknowns. So you've got the known unknowns and the unknown unknowns, and the known unknowns. There's a lot of unknowns in this world. Yeah, it's confusing.
Can we move on?
I don't see why not. Yeah, we certainly can. So your hero, Matt Hancock, is no longer in post. What do you think to
Let's rewind that. He's your hero, Mark. He's not mine.
I must admit, if I was having an Action Man figurine made, it would have the face of Matt Hancock on it now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I can just see him with one of those buzz cuts in the eyes that move left and right. Perfect. Yeah. I'm going to guess you were a Barbie, Malibu Barbie baby.
Never had a Barbie doll.
No. Okay. Well, if it helps, I did. So, I made up for you.
Wow.
I'm not proud.
Was it a black one?
No. My sister had dolls, and I would, I'd be the surgeon for a day or two. Just, Yeah, and and I think I was a hairdresser at one point. That was fun.
Wow. Okay. So that's why you look so good in a frock now, then.
Well, as we've said before, I would look amazing in a one-piece or a bodycon dress. I've got the physique for it. I think you'll agree. Yeah, let's just say RuPaul has got nothing on me. That's really
wow, that's really pushing the boat out then, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you've got to be proud of who you are. And like I said, RuPaul has been around for that long. I can't remember any, how can I say, hostility towards RuPaul when I was a teenager. I think he was still around and he's still doing TV shows today. And I think society normally attacks people who are different, and they haven't been able to attack him in the same way they would do if it was somebody who was going through transgender assignment. Does that make sense? The way that he's been accepted, and I'm not sure if it's because of his personality or just the fact that he looks so good in a dress, but I've worked around people who've gone through the full gender reassignment, and I don't think people do that for fun. If you're going to do it, it's because you're definitely inclined to commit to moving in that way.
It's a process, isn't it? It really is. I mean, I've watched several documentaries on it, and I've seen some YouTube channels as well that focus on that. And I've watched them because I'm interested, you know. And it's a lot for them to go through what they go through.
Did any of these documentaries that you watched include the Kardashians? Is this you just segueing in that you're quite a big Kardashian
I
fan?
did watch one, right, where the guy had changed to a woman, and he regretted it, and she regretted it big time.
Well, clearly not. What's the father called again? So does this include Bruce Jenner? Was this program the one with Bruce Jenner? The Kardashians?
No, it wasn't. No, but there was a lady on there who transitioned from a man to a woman, and they regretted every minute of it.
Well,
I wish I hadn't have done it. And I thought, what a situation to be in. You know, to know that you've gone through that whole process, and you're there, and you still don't feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
To go back.
Well, like you said, we personally, maybe speaking for you there, to not be in that situation is not to understand it. You have to be in that mindset to understand what somebody's thought process is. It must be a difficult one. So.
It's a tough situation.
Yeah, but then there's somebody who had 15 operations recently to try and change their racial appearance, and by that a white Caucasian man had 15 operations to try and make himself look more like one of the K-pop stars. I know Michael Jackson led the way on that quite a lot to begin with, but can somebody change from black to white or from white to black? Because
I suppose they can with the right intervention, I know there's a lot of colorism within the black community, and I know there's a big market for the skin bleaching treatment.
Yeah, absolutely, and I know
massive money in it.
P did the presentation, didn't she, on colorism? But the idea that you could change the outwards appearance, you wouldn't change the mental. So you see, we've just backed up the transgender argument. So if somebody white wants to change to become black, then they can have surgery, they can have skin, let's call it conditioning, to make the skin pigment look a lot darker, but there'd still be a white mind inside.
Exactly.
Be a black body. Would that be a black mind trapped in a white body? Sorry, this is getting confusing, but what I'm saying is, in effect, we're still talking about the way that the mental capacity of somebody is what's important, and if that is the case, then somebody who's transsexual and feels like they're a woman in a man's body or vice versa, that's the important bit, not the outwards part. Possibly.
I listened to LBC today, and there was a lady that rang in, and another chap rang in, and they both said they can't hold their partner's hands when they're out on the street because of fear of taunts or being shouted at and stuff, because it's happened before, so they just do not do it now. When they're out anywhere, they won't hold hands or kiss because they don't feel safe to.
And that's scary, isn't it? The idea that you can't be who you want to be just based on what other people might say. That's pretty sad.
It is really sad.
Okay. So if we're agreeing that people are what they are in their mental capacity, what do you think about Rachel Dolezal? She was the woman who claimed to be a black person in America for quite a lot of time.
Oh yeah, she got a hell of a lot of stick, didn't she?
She did, yeah. And the idea that she's taken jobs from Americans who were black, and she's taken quite a lot of stick from everyone who knows that she's definitely not black. She could pass for black. That was a scary thing, you know. She outwardly, the hair and the features, she didn't look out of place.
But the soul's not black.
And that's the difference. Yeah, it's the story, it's the narrative. It's like you said, the conditioning and the brainwashing. Like those aren't features you want to keep, but they're definitely part of that experience of being black. It's not just the colour that your skin is, it's the reaction and the environment that you're living in that gives you a real But she's clearly got a lot of complex issues. I think she came out as being bisexual after she'd been outed as being
really? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But we'll see. Yeah. But she adopted 2 black kids as well, which is even more. You could have embraced the culture and the blackness by being a black parent, if that makes sense, or a parent of black children would have been just as powerful.
Yeah, definitely. There's no need to go to them extremes. But then, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's different, aren't they? Everybody's mindset is different.
Yeah.
And people want. How can I word it? People want to feel better. It's the confidence, isn't it? I think it's the same when people get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
The confidence thing, isn't it? I personally would not go under the knife unless it's for a medical condition.
Really? Not for a nip tuck and a whatever else you call it?
No, I wouldn't. Definitely not.
No, you would for reconstructive reasons, though, right? That's got to be the only understandable and acceptable. Reconstructive?
What? In what way?
Well, let's say you were involved in a horrible paper cut incident, which meant that you lost the top or the tip of your nose. Would you walk around proudly saying, "My nose is as it should be" after the paper cut incident, or would you let the plastic surgeon repair it back to its former glory?
Are you for real?
Absolutely.
On my nose.
I didn't want to say car crash. I'm not that best.
No,
jinx.
Maybe, but maybe not. It depends.
What, you'd wear it with pride? Battle scars are mine, and nobody's taken them away from
wear what?
me.
Wear my nose with pride. Yeah.
Would you wear the paper cut nose with pride? Anyway, this has gone very silly really quickly, hasn't it? But,
it depends. It really depends, because I know people who have had illnesses that have, eaten away at some facial features, and one person their nose had gone, and I think they tried a prosthetic nose and all that, and they just couldn't get on with it. They said they just felt so much better without it. It was more of a hindrance than a help.
But people wear wigs when they go bald, don't they? And it's like, is that vanity?
People
or is it just
Some people just wear headscarf.
Really? So everyone with a headscarf is hiding baldness?
My friend, when she had breast cancer, God rest her soul, she's passed away now. She didn't win the battle. But she went for wig fittings, and she couldn't tolerate it on her head. She just could not tolerate it, and they're very hot apparently. I've never worn a wig, so I wouldn't know, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're in luck. I've worn a wig with my bodycon dress, so.
Wow.
It's a running theme, really. Maybe I have to get that sorted. Yeah, but Rachel Dolezal, she went all in. She's changed her name now. She's got a Nigerian name. I'm going to attempt to say it. It's Nkechi Amara Diallo. And what that does say is that
she's still in the States.
Yeah, she's still in the States, but she's doubled down. So she you know, like some people get caught out, let's say like Matt Hancock, and they run to the hills and disappear. She's actually stood behind her likeness to be, her desire to be an African American by going all in, name change and the lot. Still thinks that she belongs in black skin.
Each to their own, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you for listening, and we hope to see you again soon. And we are back, and we're going to be doing our podcasts weekly. So it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
Bye.